a sight in the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Okay. And if Cotto wins, you think that he has maybe one more fight left in him, and then he's gone?
I don't know. I know he's made a lot of money. He doesn't seem too interested in fighting Triple G. And he does a unique marketing ploy where he stays very close to the junior middleweight limit. He never fights, at 160. So, maybe he'll take another fight. Who knows? But I don't, if they're saying he has to fight Triple G, but I think he'll just vacate and just be the ring champion because Cotto is one of the few guys in boxing who is a little bit bigger than the belts, so he doesn't have to do what everybody else has to do. And Triple G might be a little bit too big, a little bit too strong, a little bit too fresh for Cotto at this stage in his career. But who knows?
Speaking of Triple G, let's shift gears. Triple G, David Lemieux. How do you think that's going to play out since you speak so highly of Triple G?
I actually think Triple G's a really, really good fighter, man. Everybody talks about his power. He has a really, really underrated jab. He has like a pole jab, and he cuts the ring off really good. I pick him to beat Lemieux, but Lemieux's another guy that's really improved a lot. I saw this fight when in Dom, and he used to have stamina issues a few years ago. We lost to Joaquin Malsain and Rubio. But he don't seem to have those issues anymore. So I'm picking Triple G. I think he should score a mid to late round stoppage. But who knows, man? When a guy's punching like that, and Lemieux has really, really fast hands, I think it's going to be an interesting fight. But I don't know if I would pick anybody to beat Triple G at 160 pounds. I think Andre Ward would beat him, but he's a super middleweight.
Okay, and I got to get this on camera. You were equating to me, you were explaining what power was. And I feel like from Triple G, that's an interesting way to educate kind of fight fans on what's your perception of power in the boxing ring?
People always equate power with, like what guy that they perceive punches the hardest or who has the highest KO percentage and things like that. Or maybe even like a machine that could judge the pounds of pressure that someone can generate. So Triple G, for an example, let's say if he was fighting you, right? And he generates 1,400 pounds of pressure when he punches. And let's say you only generate 700 pounds of pressure. Well, on the machine, he would be a harder puncher than you. But the reason why punching power is overrated in boxing, because in a boxing ring, with the result at stake, who punches hardest is simply the guy who takes the other one's punches better. So if you take his punches better than he takes your punches, then you punch harder than Triple G. And I could use that as an example with a lot of big fights where George Foreman and Ali, well, George Foreman is considered a harder puncher than Ali, but Ali took George Foreman's punches better than George Foreman took his punches. So when they fought, Ali was the puncher. He scored the stoppage. Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. Mike Tyson is considered a harder puncher, but when him and Evander Holyfield fought, Holyfield took his punches better than Tyson took his punches, so therefore he was the puncher when they fought. Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns is considered the bigger puncher, but when they get in the ring, Ray Leonard's knocking him down and hurting him constantly, and he's the one walking him down because he takes his punches better than Hearns takes his punches. So in a boxing ring, not on a machine and not, KO percentage and who has the most knockouts, but strictly in the boxing ring, the bigger puncher is the guy who takes the other one's punches better than his opponent takes his.